everyone, Daniel here from Pega Essa Novidade and Cast the Metal. Today we have the honor of hosting Jona Tee, a talented artist who is a monster of music creation. This pretty guy over here is a musician, composer and producer, best known as the keyboard master of the Swedish hard rock band H.E.A.T. On top of that, Jona is also involved in other great projects, including his production career, the band New Horizon, and their supergroup Crowny. Let's dive into his journey, inspirations, and the projects he's preparing for the future. Jona, thank you for taking the time to be with us today. Speaking of which, how do you manage your time to dedicate yourself to so many projects?
I'm not sure I am managing my time. I just keep going, man. It's like, I try to stay focused though. I go into the studio every day. I work with whatever I'm working with, and I try to always, never really step out of the zone. Just always stay active, even though if I don't have a project at the moment, I will just go to the studio and I will go through my voice memos, and just record a demo and, write stuff. At the moment, I have so much stuff to do though. So I always have things to do. I have different projects I'm producing. I'm doing this, the YouTube channel with Eric Grunwald as well. That's also a lot of work. So yeah, busy times. And I try to, it's an ongoing thing. You go to work, but it's also like in the evenings, like sometimes before I go to bed, I listen to demos, I listen to stuff. You got to live and breathe it.
I can imagine. And speaking of which, do you have free time? And if so, what do you do outside of music to relax your busy mind?
I spend time with my son. I do some stuff, you go to the gym, sometimes you go on trips, like everyone else, stuff like that, play some games.
Okay, this is nice. I like it too.
yeah, like everyone else. Like it's I have work days and I have free time. It's
okay.
Yeah.
Nice to hear that. Nice to hear that. So, speaking of time, let's talk about Welcome to the Future, the new album coming out. The two music videos you've already released have a cool, really 80 vibes, and the album cover also has a very neon, vintage design. Tell me a bit about those choices and the retro-futuristic style.
We really like, we like these. Here's the vinyl.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's actually Dave, guitarist Dave Alone, who designed the cover. He's a genius in disguise with that stuff. He's like, we were like talking about having this and that and different stuff for the album cover. In the end, he was like, well, he wasn't happy. He was like, well, I'm gonna try some stuff. And then he did like the sketch of the album cover, and we were like, oh, that's fucking great, man. Let's keep going. And it turned out really cool. And we like the 80s, and this is like a super nod to that era, like retro futuristic. Yeah, I like that. I mean, it's a little nod to Stanley Kubrick and that sort of thing as well, with HAL 9000 with the eye. And we like the style. And the whole oh Jesus, hang on. I got a phone call. I wasn't on silent mode. Sorry. But I mean, we like that, and we thought it was nice with Welcome to the Future, and a bunch of songs have like it's sort of a Welcome to the Future in a slightly ironic way, because there's a lot of men för fan. Sorry. Fucking hell.
No problem. This happens.
People are calling me. So we thought Welcome to the Future was a really good album title, and a bunch of songs have meanings that could be incorporated under that sort of umbrella, like disaster and stuff like that. So yeah, and there's also a song called Welcome to the Future that hasn't been released yet. So we'll see.
One can wait for that. And I really love Disaster. Congratulations for you guys.
Thank you very much, sir.
What can we expect from this album in terms of sound? Will we see a more heavy, hard, or melodic hit, or a mix of everything?
On this new album,
Yes.
it's a mix. I think there's something for everyone. I mean, the singles that are gonna be released are more 80s. So the angle is more like 80s oriented. But if we had chosen like 4 different singles, it would have been maybe called a power metal album, you know, because some songs like Paradise Lost and We Will Not Forget, they're In Disguise and stuff like that. They're way more powerful and it has that sort of sound. So I think it has a little bit of everything. And we kind of built on the sound from H.E.A.T 2 and Force Majeure, but we incorporate a little bit more from the first album as well into this one. So yeah, I think it's for everyone who likes hard rock, melodic hard rock, heavy metal with the 80s touche, 80s flavor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very well. So I have one more personal question. As a multi-professional like you are in the industry, I'd like to ask you somewhat a controversial question. Do you have any opinion on AI-generated music? How do you see the future of music in general?
I mean, I don't AI-generated music. I think it's a tool. I think AI is a tool. It's a machine that you can use. Like if you need to get your creative juices going, if you need to find some like if you're stuck on some lyrics, you can use it as like, oh, can you give me some lines? I've done it. I would never ever generate something and just put my name on it. I think that's pretty fucked. But like if you want to use it as a tool, I mean, right, it would be like if you want to get inspiration for writing a song about, say, Genghis Khan, you can read a book about him, or you can Google him, or you can use AI. Can you give me some lines? Can you give me that I could use? You know, it's a tool. It's a new Google if you're thinking about Chat GPT and stuff like that. So I'm definitely team Skynet on that one. Like I'm for AI, but as a tool and not to replace the human touch, because we're not there yet. Might get there. I mean, it is really fucked that you can hear what AI can generate. It's like, whoa, can it really write this? But you know, after a while, it's gonna be like it is with other. You're gonna start seeing the signs. You're gonna start hearing that it's AI and blah blah blah. I mean, it's not for good or bad, but it's not. I think the human touch will be needed for quite some time still.
In general, in designing music, I think AI can be used as a tool. Not you prepare the music 100% on AI. You can use it to help you to speed the process, I think.
Absolutely, yes.
I think one thing I noticed about it is this arena rock characteristic. The chorus are always so catchy. On the first listen, they stick in your mind. Is that intentional? Not easy to make every song memorable, but you have seemed to discover the secret.
I think the secret is that you take those song ideas that just come to you when you're in your everyday life. You just see something. I see my fan here. It's like you come up with a line. It's kind of almost having Tourette's, you know. And those lines that really get stuck and is a bit annoying, maybe even. Those are usually good songs. Like
Yes.
yeah. I mean, my son has like he's done some he just singing random stuff. I'm like, that's a hit. That could be a hit. Like because he doesn't know. And it's like when you see something, screens plus screens, you just put melodies to what you see. And usually that could be really cool songs. Like I think those songs rather than sitting and doing like, okay, well, you can do cool riffs as well, but if you have a background and you're gonna start adding vocals to it, it's not the way to go for me. I think you're gonna start with the melody, you gotta start with the lyrics and the hook, and then you write the music around that.
Perfect. You are achieving this very well. Congratulations to you guys. Another thing he frequently remembered for is the live energy. Kenny contributes so much to this with an incredible enthusiasm that's contagious. Could you tell us a bit about his return in 2020?
It was the perfect transition, really. I mean, Eric, he had got kind of fed up with the band. He wanted to try other stuff. He started doing some startups in South Africa. He wanted to get into managing, and they wanted to tour less. So I knew, and the band knew, that Kenny wanted to get back to the band. He told us. So for us, it was like when Eric finally decided, like, okay, I'm gonna step down. It was very easy to just, hey Kenny, what's up? Do you want to come in, do some demos, see what happens? And he kind of knew as well. So it was a very smooth transition. It was a little bit weird in the beginning, but we're old friends. We gotta reconnect again. And but now it's supernatural. It's like he's never been away, really. So we're very happy with that. And I think we're blessed to have had two really good singers and great frontmen. And I think Kenny he's the best frontman he's ever been at the moment.
Yes.
He's so much better than back in the day, I think. So
his enthusiasm is contagious. He's always dancing, jumping. We love it.
It's a ADHD fiesta.
In terms of songwriting, is there any ritual or ideal environment that helps you spark your creativity? What is your creative process like?
As I said before, starting like with a hook is usually the best part. I usually go from the voice memos. I record all the ideas, and then when I have time, if I'm writing for something, I label. If I have an idea, I label it like H.E.A.T. I label it Crown or New Horizon, if I feel it's more like that. And then when I'm working with that project, I go to the studio and I start doing demos. Like, that's my writing process. Sometimes I write, sometimes, quite often, I send ideas to Dave to see what he thinks about it. If he wanna, let's do that, or and then it's like, I continue doing it on my own then. And we can get together, and even send it to other people. I mean, if I'm writing stuff for New Horizon, I send it to Nils, now, and I get feedback, so that's my process.
Okay, very well. Well, we already saw it in 2023 at the Summer Breeze, and you guys brought the house down with that show. Now, you will be with us again at Bangers Open Air 2025. What are your expectations? It is true that Brazilian fans are the craziest and loudest.
People will go and fucking crazy. Yeah, we had the best time. Like, it was short and sweet, in and out operation, but like the fans really embraced us. We had the fan club there. We had like people with this H.E.A.T t-shirts like they made. It was so good, the reception, and the whole crowd was going bananas. Like, it was packed, and it was still early in the day. The sun was shining, palm trees were waving. That was epic. That was so good.
You'll be happy again, I'm sure.
We will be happy.
So, lastly, could you leave a message for all your fans here in Brazil?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, thanks for sticking around, listening to H.E.A.T, and thanks for streaming the music and coming to see a show eventually. Hope to see you at Bangers.
Okay, very well. Jona, thank you so much. You were incredibly kind with me. I can't wait to see you on my 30 at Bangers. And that's it, everyone. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Jona. And we see you.
Thank you very much, sir.